My name is Elliott Schneider. I'm with the City of St. Peters, Missouri, and I am our Earth Center or Compost Facility Site Coordinator. I've been with the city for about 8 years now, and we are a biosolids compost facility. And the CCOM certification for me has really aided in benefiting my employment, but offering credentials on paper to prove the knowledge that I do possess. We started in the compost business back in the early 90s when the state of Missouri banned yard waste from entering landfills. At the time, we were liquid land applying our biosolids in farm fields, and moving forward, we had to come up with something different, and we had some heavy metal contamination, and we thought that dilution was the solution. So we started blending liquid biosolid with raw wood fiber and wood waste, and we started creating a compost product, which brought us up to our more modern day platform, which began in 2008. We put in a dewatering building, and in 2010 we put in an engineered compost systems aerated static pile system, and that brings us up today. We're about a 7-acre facility. We sell roughly 30,000 cubic yards of half-inch screen compost a year, STA certified, of course, and we process about 8,500 wet tons of aerobic digested biosolid on a yearly basis. The city was behind it because they've always taken a lot of pride in our affiliation with the United States Compost Council and with our facility as well. It's really a great benefit that we offer to our residents. But in the biosolid compost industry, it's tough to market your product. It's tough to push it, especially in the retail sector, trying to market or give it away to your residents at first and then generate a value for it later. The word biosolid tends to scare a lot of people. And just as, you know, a lot of people could have a plethora of knowledge on one subject, but if they don't have a degree or a certification to back it, oftentimes the consumer is not a believer. And so for our consumers to believe in our product, the city thought that it would really be a great benefit to have certified personnel on hand, that they could just show that much more that we know what we're talking about. We are certified. We make a safe product for you guys to use. And doing so, it really has benefited. It's helped us promote our brand. It's helped us market our product a little better. You know, the council offers great resources for us to do so already. You know, we have displayed on our property that we're all in. We're STA certified. We offer a great compost product, but now we have the personnel to back what we're selling as well, because we are certified. Currently, we're doing some revamping of our website to help brand our product, and our facility municipalities kind of behind in the social media world, and they're also behind in the community outreach that's typically offered in the compost industry. And so I've kind of brought it to the board's attention that we need to be out there. We need to promote that we compost. We need to bring this to light to our community that it's a good thing. And not only is it a good thing, but it's necessary to regenerate the resources that we're depleting the earth of. And so currently our website does advertise, as it always has, that we're STA certified, but we also will be implementing the Certification Commission emblem on there, with a little highlight of myself as our staff member that is CCOM certified. And we put out a publication to our residents on a monthly basis known as My Hometown through the City of St. Peters. And moving forward, we tend or plan to have a better community outreach program and have a section, whether it's words from the composter or just giving some advice on how to top dress your lawn with compost instead of using chemical fertilizers, or to teach you how to grow an excellent tomato plant using our compost. In each one of those segments that we send to our residents, there will be a picture of myself and as well as my certifications listed below. Probably the most challenging thing is I report to a group of professional engineers, and I was raised by a professional engineer, and sometimes they're kind of tough to get a point across. And I started in this industry turning wrenches, running equipment, And I grew with my facility. And I often tell my boss that compost in a compost facility is like a marriage. And myself being a newlywed, I'm learning this very quickly, that if you're not paying attention to everything that's going on, you're going to have problems. And so I dove in and I really studied our material moving forward. But at the end of the day, I didn't have a degree in botany or biology. I had a wastewater operator's license, and I had a heavy knowledge of equipment and a heavy knowledge of composting. But I also didn't take the 40-hour course. And we did have a few employees that took the course. And, I went to this to take this beta test. And I studied and studied and studied, and I looked through all the information. And I knew in my mind that I knew the material. I didn't need to study. But when I sat down in front of the computer and I took this test, I walked out of there, I felt very confident. But at the end of the day, I did not have the training that others had. So the most challenging part for me was more nerve-wracking than anything, that I didn't think I could do it. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pass. There was rumor that, this could be a 300-question test. And I knew the material, but I didn't necessarily have the solidified training that the others had. I went through some great resources that ECS provided when we built our facility, and that was enough for me to pass. But the hardest part was telling myself, you got this, you can do this. Before I became CCOM certified, I would sit in front of our aldermanic committee, our board of aldermen, and as an entry level, not entry level, I've been with the city for 8 years, but as a worker or technician level employee, I think I'm probably the only one with our organization that goes to board meetings and wears a suit and tie and talks to our board about why we need to buy a certain piece of equipment. They had a face. They knew who I was. They'd seen me on multiple occasions recommending equipment. But at the end of the day, I carried a heavy flame, a lot of responsibility on my job for a small pay grade. And, I had mentioned to them that I had a lot of responsibilities, and, I would love to have a little more pay to back it. And with the certification, it gave me the courage to move forward and do so, and just get out there and ask for it, and I had the knowledge and I had the paper to prove it, and I asked. And at the end of the day, the CCOM certification for me has advanced my employment within my employer currently up 2 or 3 positions into upper levels of management. But it's also given them a good feeling that they can trust me, and I know what I'm talking about, and I can steer them in the right direction. It really does show proof that you know what you're doing, and it really helps in communicating with others and sharing your knowledge, especially at a young age. And these guys have been doing this a lot longer than I have. They take you seriously because they know that you're dedicated to your product.